Hello everybody. Hi there, it is Jodie Flavel here, artist and owner of Decoris Vintage Designs, and I do apologise, my dog has just got up. He's getting terrible for this lately. He used to lay nicely when I was on my lives and now he's decided he wants attention. Right, go lay down. Go lay down. I am a brand ambassador for Redesign with Prima, and also I'm going to be showing you today how to get a really cool, nice colourful patina, nothing too serious, just something a little bit fun with Redesign with Prima waxes. And it's these beautiful Art Alchemy waxes that have like really beautiful vibrant colours. Oh, that's not good. There we go. Can you see? I'm just watching my dog. He's such a pain. I can't keep him outside of the room, otherwise he just barks at the window. So I have to keep him in the room with me when I'm the only one in the house, and then he just wants like cuddle time all the time. So sorry, just bear with me a moment. I am just going to, if somebody could just say hello, I'm going to write a comment, because it's really weird. Facebook makes me write a comment in order to see everybody's comments, but somebody already has to have written a comment before that. So I'm just going to give it a minute, let a few of you trickle on, and hopefully a comment will get written, and then I will write one and then I can get started. So what I'll be using today is these, as I say, these beautiful Art Alchemy waxes, and the main one I'm going to be using is this really beautiful pigmented peacock, and I believe these are water based. They're highly pigmented and they dry really quickly and really well as well, so as they dry they don't lose this pigment. And I've just got this little vase behind me, and that's what I'm going to be working on today. I'll bring you in a little bit closer in a moment. Alright, I'm just going to write a quick comment and say hello. Hang on there a sec. I hope I'm live in the right page as well. Okay, hi Llewellyn. Okay, I can see your comments. Hi everybody. Right, okay then. So I'm going to bring you a little bit closer now, and I'm just going to get started. And if you can hear my neighbours next door, I do apologise. They're a little bit noisy tonight. I'm going to get some of those earphones, so I did have some but they're not working at the moment, so that you can only hear me when I talk. Right, okay, so I'm going to bring you in closer to this. So it's just a little project today that I'm going to be working on. Right, okay, I can see a few of you coming on. Right, I hope everybody's well tonight. Let me know you guys where you're all from. And as I say, so I've got this vase. It's just a really old vase of mine that needs a little bit of TLC. There's a lot of texture that's been built up over time, which I really like. I love you all. Thank you, Llewellyn. So there's a lot of texture built up over time that I really like. And basically, I've just painted it. I love painting on a black canvas. So I've painted it in Midnight Sky by Dixie Belle, which is like a blue-black. And I'm just going to get started. So I'm going to be using some dabbing brushes today, and these are the Prima dabbing brushes. And basically if you need to use a brush that isn't going to be that you don't care about too much when doing this look, because you are going to be dabbing, the bristles are going to get a little bit worn, so just make sure you use a brush you don't care about too much. And I'm just going to get started. So I'm just going to use like one about this size. I'm not quite sure. The paint's covering the size, so I'm not quite sure how, okay. It says number 8 on this. I'm using the number 8 brush. And I'm going to get started with the peacock colour, this beautiful peacock colour by Prima, and it's one of the Art Alchemy waxes. I'm just going to layer it up on there. Hi Kay, how are you? And then I'm just going to start dabbing. So the black canvas will really make the colours shine. It will really help if you want all of the beautiful pigments in the colours to shine through. And this is a beautiful blue colour, and it has like a little green tinge to it as well. It's quite iridescent depending on how the light's shining on it. So as I'm going to do this, I'm going to leave some gaps because I'm going to be coming in with some other colours. So I'm just going to randomly place this in some places around the vase. Like this. Uh-oh, he's up and moving again. He's making his bed. And the dabbing also will create some thicker texture in some areas, and it will be thinner in others, and that's okay because we're building up like a kind of fun rustic patina. And you can see here, so if I turn it, you can see how iridescent this wax is. I'm going to have to tell him to lay down in a mo. Loki, lay down. Lay down. It's sort of becoming a theme this on my lives at the moment, the dog not laying down. Okay, so I'm leaving some areas blank because I'm going to be coming in there with some of the colours. And don't think too much about it, just randomly pop the colours where you need to. Doesn't need to be perfect, this kind of look. Okay, I'm going to have to get mum voice on in a moment and really tell him. Loki, lay down, lay down. He's ignoring me. Okay, I'll just give him a moment. That's the fun of lives, right? You can't control animals or children. All right, I can't see any more comments coming through, so I don't know if there's been any more or if it's just my Facebook. Right, so as I'm doing this, I'm just tapping, and because this has got a lot of grain to it, I need to tap to make sure that I get into all these dents in here. But if you have just a very smooth piece, you could maybe just do, you could actually just do little circular movements like this if it's more helpful. In fact, that seems to be working for this piece as well, and this will create more of a cloudy like sort of colour and texture. And I want this to be my main colour because this is my favourite wax at the moment. It's so pretty. I love it. And you can see here it's just incredibly beautiful. And I'm trying not to get my hands messy at the same time. I need one of those pottery wheels that just like turn things because I've really got into my plants at the moment and my plant pots. So, so I've started painting them and bringing a lot into my shop, but it's really awkward on the table because I'm trying to turn it and then I always just end up getting paint and waxes all over my hands. Okay, I'm going to leave that colour there for now. Hi Shaz, how are you? How is everybody tonight? Has anybody got any plans for the day or evening? I'm just thinking what other colour I would like to bring into this now. So I find this colour suits the peacock really well. And this is the electric violet, and it's a very deep pigmented purple. But I'm going to be sort of just layering the colours here today. You can layer the colours with these waxes. I do find if they're still wet and you layer too much on at once and you do thick layers, it will just start to get a little bit bitty and muddy. So you can either do thin layers and build up as you go, build up gradually, or you can do thicker layers, let it dry and then put another layer on top after that. It really kind of just depends, I guess, what your painting style is and what sort of look you're going for. I'm kind of impatient, so I just tend to try and throw it all on there all at once. So this is the electric violet. It doesn't really matter what brushes you use, as long as you use old brushes. And this is the number 6 brush from Prima. And I'm just going to start dabbing this around, around the blue now. And I'm very softly going to blend it into some of the blue as a dab as well. In fact, I might just do these circular movements as they seem to be working so well. Sorry guys, I hope you can see. So this is like a really beautiful iridescent wax as well that I'm layering on here now. Hi Dominique, how are you? And this is the electric violet that I'm using, and you can see now we're just creating, it's going to look a little bit like, if you remember that kids program Barney with the dinosaur back in the 90s, it's kind of going to look like that to start with, but we are going to soften it all up towards the end. So I'm just putting some of this purple, some of this electric violet also in some random areas. And because I am, as I say, a little bit impatient and I don't like to wait too long, I'm not going to build it up too quickly. I'm not going to put on those layers too quickly, just because I want to get it done. So I don't want to have to wait too long for the drying. So I'm not putting it on too thick at the moment. I'm just filling in some of these gaps with the electric purple, electric violet. You can see here it's creating this really beautiful iridescent look. But it's very blotchy at the moment and I will be sorting that out. I'll be coming in with quite a few other waxes actually as well. I love these waxes, they're just so pretty and pigmented. They're one of my favourite things to use. Alright, and at this point I would always kind of recommend changing your brushes, but it's entirely up to you. I'm using quite a lot of colours today, so I'm going to change my brushes, but I might have to reuse a brush if I need to, and that's totally fine. Just bear in mind, if you're reusing your brushes, then you might end up with again, you might just end up with a little bit of a build-up. I'm just going to get you guys a little bit closer actually. Hopefully you can see that a bit better. So this is another complementary colour. This is Indian Pink, and you can see it's another very, very beautiful, vibrant colour. And I'm going to get a smaller brush for this because there's you know, a smaller surface area to do now. And I'm just going to start tapping this in some areas now as well. And I'm going to start blending some of these edges a little bit. So I'm going to use this as my kind of blending colour. You can see that. So again, you can tap, or you can just do these really soft kind of circular movements, or you could even do that just to get these edges softened up and this Indian Pink colour added. So you can see it's just creating this beautiful, it's almost like a peacock look actually. And you can also just go back and forth. So I'm going to go back and forth with some of my blue now, and I'm just going to tap some of this into here as well because I do want this to be my main colour. I don't want to lose this blue in all the pink and purple. So I'm just going to very lightly tap some of this over some of the pink that I've used as well, and some of the purple. And I'm kind of just, in a sense, I'm just kind of making this up as I go along. It's just a really fun, you know, free-flowing kind of style of painting with these waxes that I really love to do. So there's really no process to this. You just pick what colours you like, you know, get them added, and then just have a play and see where it goes. So this is the Indian Pink now that I'm using, and I'm just using it to blur out some of these edges now and to fill in some of these spaces here. If you've guys got any questions, just let me know, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you've got. And I'm also maybe just going to tap a little bit over the blue as well. So again, just play and just see how it goes. Blend some into here. I'm almost what you call dry brushing this, so I'm not putting too much on at all. I'm very, very lightly putting this Indian Pink on, because it is just going to be, as I say, it's a blending colour, so I don't want loads and loads of it. So I am just kind of dry brushing this on here. And as I say, I'm not thinking too much about where I put it. It's very free flowing, and I'm kind of just adding it where I need to. And I'm just going to spin this as I go along. I love this blue. I'm just obsessed with this colour. That blue is peacock, and I'm just obsessed with it. I love it at the moment. It's like my favourite decor wax. I did some door knockers, and I don't know if anybody's seen my page or on the Prima page, there were some door knockers shared recently, and I did one with where peacock was the main colour, and it just sold straight away. It's just such a popular colour right now. Right, so I've kind of, as I say, I've got lots of colours there now. I've not really got any spaces, so it's all kind of all covered. So I could just get a clean brush and just start to use this clean brush just to blend again, just to get some of these, as I say, just to get some of these edges softened up a little bit. They're not going to be totally softened because it's not paint. It is decor wax at the end of the day. And it is bright and it is pigmented, so it's not going to, you know, we're not going to have perfectly soft blended edges here, but it will look iridescent, and it will look kind of, I do want it to kind of flow. So what I'm probably going to do then is probably put some of the blue, more of the blue on over the top. In fact, I've got not much pink on here, and then I want the other purples and blues and things to sort of peek through then underneath. Sorry, the purple and the pink. So here I'm going back and forth between peacock, which is a blue, electric violet, which is a purple, and Indian Pink, which is obviously the pink. It's very quiet on here today, guys. Okay. So we're getting this beautiful iridescent look now. I'm going to go back to the peacock again, and this is how I kind of paint, and I like to just play around. So I don't ever do anything too structured, not with my painting, not with these kind of little projects either. I just really like to just get stuck in there, just add and take away colours and just see what works. And this is a really good way to do that. And what I really find with plant pots and little things like this as well is if you're a little bit worried about the way you know, you want to do a new paint project, you want to do something you've not done before, and you know, you're a little bit nervous about it, using these kind of projects, you know, little vases and plant pots and things like that are really good things to practice on, because it's not the end of the world, you know, if you get them wrong. Because this was just a vase that I got from the charity shop a couple of years ago. Love it, giving me many ideas for things in my house. Yes, Laurie, thank you. That's what I want to give you guys some inspiration. Right, so I'm going back to my peacock now, and I am just dry brushing this over the top. So we're going to have these kind of blues, these purples and pinks kind of just peeking through. And I don't imagine it'll be a massively long live today. I just wanted to come on here and just show you how quick and easy and effective these decor waxes are, these Alchemy waxes. So I'm just going to dry brush that on. And as you can see, it's not really building up, so it does dry really quickly. As long as you're not ploughing it on with a shovel, it does dry really, really quickly, and then you can kind of layer it as well. So now I've got this going on, and I've got these kind of really pretty colours. What I want to do now is I do want to add a little bit more of just a little bit of a rustic element to it as well, just to get that patina going. But as you can see here now, we've kind of looked like it's had some colours built up over time, and it's looking kind of, I don't know the word, it's looking very iridescent and very pretty. And we've just got these purples and pinks poking through, and I'm just going to have a play now. I don't really know what I want to use next actually, so I'm just going to have a play. As I said, I didn't really come on here with a plan at all. I've got some blue velvet. Now this is an iridescent wax, so I've got this one that I'm going to play with, and I've also got some aged brass, so I don't really know how this is going to go. So I'm just going to get my a little brush, and I'm just going to wipe it on my drop cloth just to get that excess off. And I'm just going to tap some of this on here just to get that patina effect going. And it's so pigmented you don't need much at all. So I'm just lightly tapping this. I want it to look like it's had lots of colours over time and they have worn away. So guys, if you've got any projects with Alchemy waxes as well, I'd love to see them. You should post the photos in the comments. I love anything like with colours like this. These are my kind of colours, just shiny and pretty. I'm easily pleased. So because this has got ridges here, as I'm dry brushing this on, it's really just, it's not going on too thick. It's kind of just settling on top of the ridges, and that's giving it a very nice sort of patinaed look to it. And it's just adding that extra element with, you know, not making it look too bold and not too blockish, and it's just sort of making it look that tiny little bit elegant, I guess. I'm loving this. I can't wait to put some flowers in it actually. And this is aged brass that I'm using, and as I say, I'm just very lightly dry brushing this over the top now. And you can see that you can actually layer these waxes like you can paint. They won't blend perfectly like paint, but you can definitely layer them. And they just give a beautiful effect. And they don't have to be used like this. You can use them on your moulds as well. Or what I have done before is I've got a little brush and I've highlighted things in my transfers. So they've got tons of uses that you can use for them. Or if you want, you can just get like one vase and you can just do it all in one colour. You know, it's all just down to personal preference. And I'm just going to dry brush a little bit of this on. I kind of want the patinaed look, but I don't want to go too crazy. Love it. Hi Melania, thank you so much. What time is it in Romania right now? It must be quite late. I think they're ahead of England. Okay, so you can see how lightly I'm brushing this on. And I'm trying not to go too overboard because I don't want to get rid of too much of that blue, but if you do, I've got it all over my hands, look at that. I am such a messy painter. If you do like get rid of, you know, get rid of too much of your original colour, I'm trying to wipe it off now sneakily on my jeans so you guys can't see it. I've lost my blue. I'm always losing things. Right, so I've got some blue again, and I could just come back in again with a little bit of blue if I feel like some of the blue's been taken away too much. So you can just play and take away and add colours as you want to. And what they do sometimes as well is that they change the tone of the colour. So obviously this is, well, when I started, this was a bright blue and it had like a little green iridescent sheen to it. But because I've added some of the copper on here now and it's like got a yellowish tinge, it's bringing out a lot more of that green. What I'm going to do with this as well when I'm finished is I'm actually going to add some gator hide to it. So I'm going to add a tough, durable top coat just because it doesn't need it. It actually completely dries without you needing to wax it. It doesn't need a top coat, but because I'm going to be using water on this, I don't think Roz is on tonight. I don't think it's completely waterproof when I've used it before, but I can't say for 100% I can find that out. So until I find that out, I'll be putting on a tough, durable top coat to make sure that when I obviously put water in my plants, for my plants, that it obviously doesn't wash the whole thing off. The other thing to remember as well is if you are doing a vase or a plant pot, and you use natural tap water, that will create a natural patina as well because of the minerals in the tap water. And it's completely up to you whether or not you want that look. If you don't, if you want to keep it like perfect, even if you use a top coat and you want to keep your plant pot or vase absolutely perfect, then I would probably suggest using either rainwater for your plants or some tap water, or some distilled water. That's just a little tip there because that's happened to me before. I've painted something, put a top coat on, thought awesome, and then a natural patina from the minerals in the tap water is formed. And I actually love the look, but I wouldn't love the look for this kind of thing. So I'll definitely be using. I like to collect rainwater for my plants, so that's what I'll be using. Hi, where can I buy it? Hi, Monica. So you can buy it from any local retailer. So what I'll do after this is I will pop the link in the description box, and you will just be able to put in your postcode and it will find your local retailer, and that's and then you can buy these waxes there. Not all retailers stock them, so it also might be worth searching Art Alchemy waxes into Google and then just seeing what comes up. It's entirely up to you. Thank you, Kay, thank you so much. Right, okay, so I've already got a lot going on here now. I do feel like I've taken away a little bit of the colour. I do like this purple, so I am just going to come in again with just my little brush and just tap some of this purple back into it again. Not a lot, because I will just start muddying these colours now if I start putting on too much. But I just want a little bit of this colour back, so I'm very lightly just adding colours in some places. Not thinking again too much about it, not ploughing it on. Just dry brushing it on, so basically with whatever tiny little bit I've got on my brush, I'm just wiping onto here. I've put a little bit too much on there, so I'm just going to go back to my blue again and just tap that in. And I'm just going to grab some more of the Indian pink and just add some of that as well. This is actually combining here with the purple because I haven't got a clean brush. It's okay. So as you can see now, it's just like looking really beautiful and patinaed. I'm loving it. I'm really pleased with the way this has turned out, actually. It's better than what I hoped for. That's always a thing, isn't it? When you so when you do these kind of projects and you just have a play and you don't do the same thing over and over again, and you just try something new, you tend to find stuff that you wouldn't normally find. I mean, sometimes it goes absolutely crap. Like sometimes you don't, you know, you just think, crap, I want to paint over that. That doesn't look good. And then sometimes you just get stuff like this that you absolutely love. So it's always worth just every now and then just having a go at doing something you wouldn't normally do and just trying something a bit different, because then you kind of create these beautiful things that you wouldn't normally have, which you might not have found otherwise. Alright guys, okay, so I'm not going to do too much more to that. The last thing I'm going to do, and I feel like I'm pushing it here and I really should stop, but I don't always take a step back when I'm supposed to. I'm going to I'm just curious because I've not used this one much and I want to see how it looks. And this is the blue velvet, and again it comes in one of these really cute little cases. I love them, but I've said before, they remind me, if you think of the 1920s and the kind of makeup boxes they would have had, it reminds me of that kind of thing. So I am just going to load a little bit of this blue velvet onto this big brush, and I'm just going to then wipe the excess off because I don't want too much. I don't think this is really going to do anything, but I'm just curious. Oh, it does actually. Okay. Alright, so what this is doing, it might not be transferring onto camera much. It's actually lightening the colour in some places. Can you guys see that? Let me just see if I can bring you in closer. Can you guys? No, you probably not. You probably can't. No, I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to touch that. I'm just looking here. I do want a little bit more colour down here though. So I'm going to get some more of my peacock and load some of my peacock around here. Whoopsie daisy. I'm very clumsy. I'm a very clumsy, messy painter. Okay, yes, I want more peacock on this. I'm just using my camera as a mirror, guys. Sorry, it makes it a lot easier to see. So I haven't got a lot of peacock around here. So I'm going to add a little bit more colour on this side here as well. And this is what I'm doing. I just like to play around and just see where it takes me. Put a little bit of pink back onto here, some of the Indian pink. And also a little bit of the purple. Okay, cool. Right, guys, I am going to leave that there today. Hi, Barbara. Let me just push you back. My tripod's broken. I'll try and pretend. I'll try and fix it so it's not. You might be a little bit cockeyed. Yes, I think it's gone a little bit wonky. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. I will just have a quick whiz through and see if I make sure I've not missed any comments. I don't think I have. I think I've got them all as I've gone along. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. So let me just try and pick this up. Look at my hands now. And I'll just try and give you a bit of a close-up. So you can see here now we've got this beautiful, iridescent, really free-flowing, colourful vase, patinaed vase. And it's not a patina like a natural patina like you would normally think, but it is sort of broken down colours that have kind of look layered and a little bit aged. It looks like it's had lots of looks like it might have been with a rich person at some point and they've added lots of colours over time and they've all just started to wear off and now we've got this beautiful iridescent peacock looking kind of vase. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. If you've got any comments just, or any questions, just pop them down there and I'll keep an eye out and I'll answer any questions that you've got. And just enjoy the rest of your day or evening wherever you are and take care. See you later. Bye bye.